When my wife and I moved into our ranch-style home on the edge of a semi-rural community, we expected peace, nature, and maybe a few stubborn fence repairs. What we didn't expect was a woman named Nancy, the HOA president, who believed she ran the entire neighborhood like a boot camp without ever having worn boots herself. Now, my wife Sarah is a 20-year decorated law enforcement veteran, sharp-minded, calm under pressure, and newly promoted to commander of the county sheriff's tactical unit. Off-duty, she enjoys horseback riding, early morning jogs, and yes, open carrying her sidearm, completely legal in our state. That little detail didn't sit right with Nancy. It started on a Saturday morning. Sarah was out walking our German Shepherd, Duke, wearing her jeans, flannel, ball cap, and duty belt, because she never leaves home without being ready. We live on acreage, but our driveway winds near a walking path the HOA maintains. Sarah crossed the gravel path to retrieve Duke's tug toy and nodded politely at a woman power walking in matching neon spandex. The woman froze mid-stride and gasped like she saw a rattlesnake. "You can't carry that out here," she barked. Sarah raised an eyebrow. "You mean this?" she said, gesturing to her sidearm. "I'm a sworn officer. This is legal." The woman, Nancy of course, didn't want to hear it. "I don't care who you think you are. We have HOA rules. This is a family neighborhood, and I will not have firearms around our children." Without another word, she pulled out her phone and called 911. 10 minutes later, I got a call from Sarah, not panicked, not angry, amused. "You might want to come down the road," she said, chuckling. "Nancy just called the cops on me." When I arrived, two patrol cars were already parked near the trail. Sarah was leaning casually against a fence post, arms crossed, chatting with one of the deputies like they were old friends, because they were. Nancy stood nearby, arms folded, seething. "She's armed and threatening residents," she shouted. The deputy turned toward her. "Ma'am, she's not threatening anyone. She's Commander Sarah Jennings, my boss. In fact, your HOA community falls under her jurisdiction now." Nancy's mouth fell open like she'd swallowed a fly. Sarah gave her a friendly smile. "If you're concerned about safety, I'd be happy to walk you through firearm laws sometime. Or perhaps conduct a community training session?" Nancy's face turned a shade of red that rivaled her lipstick. The fallout was instant. The HOA board held an emergency meeting, which I attended just to see how deep this rabbit hole would go. Nancy tried to push a new rule banning firearms in all publicly visible areas, despite the fact that our neighborhood wasn't even on private HOA-owned land, most of it backed into county territory. Sarah sent in a single, well-worded letter reminding them of state law, county jurisdiction, and her authority as commander. That letter alone sent 3 board members scurrying for cover. The proposed policy died before it could make it to a vote. But Nancy, she wasn't finished. She posted a rambling tirade on the community Facebook group, accusing Sarah of being a militant with a badge, claiming the HOA was under siege. Most neighbors ignored it. Some defended Sarah. One resident commented, "Lady, she's literally protecting all of us. Sit down." 2 weeks later, the sheriff's department hosted a community safety event right at the HOA clubhouse. Sarah led a talk on firearm safety, de-escalation tactics, and emergency preparedness. Nearly 60 residents showed up. Even Nancy, though she stayed in the back, glaring like a cat stuck in a bathtub. When the event ended, kids lined up for photos with Duke, the German Shepherd, and parents thanked Sarah for keeping the neighborhood safe. Nancy never apologized, but she didn't need to. Her silence and avoidance after that day were louder than any words she could have offered. Now, Sarah still walks Duke with her sidearm. Nancy stays off the trail, and the neighborhood knows when the commander's around, safety isn't just a rule, it's the law.